So here we are at shed season. Nope. It's the end of January, and as you guys can see, it is t-shirt weather. It's mid-50s here today, and I want to make a little bit of an announcement on shed hunting though. I want to talk about my strategy for the first few weeks of shed hunting. Now, there's a few bucks that have dropped so far, you know, and it could be a substantial percentage, but I haven't had trail cameras out to basically analyze what the percentage of the deer that have dropped are. So basically what I'm doing here, if I'm gonna go shed hunting during the early shed season, I'm only covering fields and food plots. I'm only covering the edges and far areas away from the bedding areas because I don't want to spook the deer off my property. If I go ahead and I go bombing into the deep sections of timber into the bedding areas on my property and I run these deer off, that's going to take multiple days for them to relax and come back in because they haven't seen pressure for about a month now, right? You know, past the muzzleloader season, all that's been is archery season, and that's a pretty minimal amount of disturbance when you're thinking about archery season, archery hunting in January. There's not a lot of guys out there, only the diehards. So there's not a lot of pressure in the deer woods right now. So if I go bombing in there when they haven't seen pressure for multiple weeks, I'm gonna disturb that movement. I'm gonna disturb whatever bedding areas they're hunkered down in and disturb whatever food sources they could be potentially hitting during that time of the year. I'm gonna spook those off. So I don't want to do that right now. Basically what I'm doing is I'm only going to the low impact areas. It's kind of like deer hunting. It's kind of like the early season of deer hunting. You're not going all the way into your best rut spots in September. That doesn't make much sense. It's kind of like the same concept. During the early shed season, maybe I'll go try to pick up an easy one on a field that's far away from wherever the deer are bedding, and it's not intrusive. I'm just kind of walking some food plots, I'm checking things out, I'm right on the edges, and I'm not going deep. Similar to the early season, my strategy for hunting whitetail in the early season with a bow. So I'm focusing on a lot of my food plots, a lot of my winter rye areas because it's green right now, and most of my food plots do have winter rye in them, so they're nice and lush and green. I've got clover in there. If that starts to grow here when we get some of these very warm temps, I've got standing beans here behind me. Whatever's left in there, I'm gonna go check that out, but I'm not going into the intrusive locations. That's what I wanna stress to you guys. During the early shed season, be patient, wait it out, wait until majority of those deer have dropped, and then you can go in there and you can find as many horns as you possibly can, because if I go in there right now, I blow some of these deer off, maybe a buck's gonna shed tomorrow. I have no idea. He's bedded down here in my bedding area. I spook him off, he sheds somewhere else on the neighboring property. I can't find him. So that's the concept, that's the idea, the thinking, the thought process that goes through my head. Wait it out, be patient, you'll find more antlers. I hope you guys have some good luck this spring. So I just got done shooting that video for you guys on early season shed hunting, and I took a walk through the food plot here. I'll brighten it up for you. Took a walk through the food plot, and we got ourselves one. Nice little 1.5-year-old. Just a youngin', but man, you still get that smile that lights up every time you spot one. It's pretty fun stuff. Cranking off the old four-wheeler because I got another one. Might not be able to see it, but I know this deer pretty well. He's 3 this year, 2 or 3. He's got a super tight wrap on him, and I got a ton of pictures of him. I saw him down in my shoot stand. Had him at, oh goodness, probably like 14, 15 yards. Passed him up. He had a gimpy leg, so I wonder if he maybe shed early, but it was cool stuff. there. That's 2 in about 4 minutes.